Hour. I am Keats, and with me, Kevin Knight, the man with the coolest name on the planet, on the goddamn planet. How did you get that name? That's not fair.
I'm gonna play Muhammad Ali in a boxing.
There's a lot of Knights.
I
I had to make sure. My parents had to make sure that my middle name wasn't like Keith.
It's Knight like a knight.
Yeah, with the
with
sword.
the sword and stuff. Not like nighttime where it's dark.
No, although if I go to Starbucks, they always spell with the N. So
I don't like those people.
they're not very good at that.
All right, so you were at C2E2 this weekend, and so was Divekick. We had a booth. The booth was it had 2 kiosks in it. Tell me how it went. Talk to me about it.
It went really,
What
really
is
well.
C2E2? For those who don't know.
Very true. C2E2 is the Chicago Comic Entertainment Expo. It's a local Comic Con basically here in Chicago, and there was a number of Chicago studios that went out, independent studios that went out and got some booth space there. Decided to show off all of their games, and
Sweet.
I don't want to be pretentious, but we were probably the most popular booth there. Especially
Let's do that one with a little more enthusiasm.
We were definitely the most popular booth there.
Boom! Most popular booth at C2E2. Divekick. That's 2 cons in a row. We're coming for the rest of you.
Definitely.
Maybe. We're out of money. We're actually not going anywhere else. Any memories, any standout moments at C2E2? Other than the awesome cosplayers, I saw shots of like Laura Croft playing against the Red Ranger Megazord.
I was going to say, that was
amazing.
definitely the best match of all of C2E2 was Megazord came up, and then Jordan convinced Laura Croft to come and play her.
That's awesome.
It was fantastic.
That is way too cool, way too cool.
But we had a lot of repeat players, so people would come in. Like Friday was a kind of a slow day, and a lot of people were took the day off to go to C2E2 on a Friday.
Right.
But apparently what we had was one of the panels mentioned Divekick. It was a panel about gaming. And they said, oh yeah, well on my way over I stopped by this booth Divekick and I played there and it was really awesome. And we had a huge crowd of people just flood in. That was like Friday afternoon.
That's excellent.
And a lot of them, if they had a 2-day pass or a 3-day pass, a lot of them would come back and play the next day. Awesome. So we actually had a group of regulars that were mixing in with the new players.
Yeah, we saw kind of the same thing happen at PAX, where a lot of regulars were almost doing our job for us, right? Because we're at the booth to show people how to play and guide them through their first time.
Yeah.
And all the regulars would sit there and just do it for you, you know?
Yeah, I know, it was great, and they'd bring their friends along too.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We had,
it's a very social game.
Yeah, incredibly. It's going to be a great party game.
Yeah.
I know I'm definitely going to be, whenever this is coming out, I'm definitely going to be throwing together all the friends and kicking their asses at it.
And you're going to go online?
Yes.
Get bodied.
Absolutely.
All right, well, it was great talking to you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to talk to somebody else who's at C2E2 now. Who else do I have? That's Jen.
Hi.
Jen or Jordan? Give me somebody else.
Jordan playing? Where's he at?
I don't know where Jordan is. As you can see, we're well prepared.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
It's a typical Iron Galaxy fiasco.
I'm walking quickly.
Dave Lang set all this up, so you know who to blame.
I'm quickly walking. Hello.
Jen, good to see you again.
Hi, good to see you as well.
You were at C2E2 all 3 days.
Was
you were pretty
there.
much the boss of the C2E2 booth.
I don't know about that.
Who was the boss if it wasn't you?
Okay, it was me.
That's what I thought.
But we all worked really well together, and like Kevin said, the crowd was awesome. We had people, rotating in and out all the time. We had people stopping by. How do we feel? Do you want
I
me
don't
to?
know. This just feels awkward. I
do you
feel
want
like this
these?
is weird. Here.
There we go. Oh, well,
Yeah,
it's
this is
interview
more
style.
talk showy. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. I need a mug.
The esports hour.
Oh man.
Oh man. Okay.
Scoot in.
Get close. Get close. Got it.
Okay. It's getting weird in here.
So.
Look, he's riding.
But yes, C2E2. Thank you to everyone who came out. It was a blast. I think that we had a really, really positive turnout and a really positive response to the game. And
What was your personal highlight then?
My personal highlight?
Yeah.
There's so many. There were a bunch of little kids who would come in and play and just pick it up and start playing.
Little kids are the worst.
No, they were awesome.
I'm just kidding.
To,
It's a joke. Jeez.
So yeah,
Come on.
to see them like pick it up and get the hang of it, and then get back in line, and then
I heard
do
there were a
it
lot of
again.
families playing, and actually we saw that at
Yes.
NCR and at PAX,
Awesome.
where a lot of dads and sons, and even mothers and sons, mostly sons, not too many daughters, but they were all playing the game together and having a great time, which was really cool.
Yeah, I really like to see that. I really like to when boyfriend and girlfriend will come up, and the girlfriend's like, I don't really play so many fighting games, and then she just bodies him,
Yes.
and it's awesome. And then I cheer and I yell girl power, and I cheer about Dr. Scholes, and I like to yell, that's my girl.
Why do you like Dr. Scholes so much? What's the attraction?
I don't know. I think she's awesome. Also, Kaiser pointed out that button mashing actually works with her, which I like to button mash.
Kaiser's nodding yes, with a big fat grin on his face right now.
He did beat me, but let's not talk about that. I did beat Jordan though, very publicly at C2E2.
Who's Jordan? Come here, Jordan. Let's talk about this.
It was pretty embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie.
He fell on the ground. There were some tears shed.
He fell on the ground.
He fell on the ground. We were pretty loud though. I jump around.
Yeah.
That's my.
This is Jordan, aka the Stank Police. His voice sounds like he was just at a convention.
Right.
Yeah, we're getting there.
It was pretty embarrassing.
No,
so
it was awesome.
I thought I was super slick, and I picked man mode gem against gem, and I came up 4-0 on her.
We saw a man mode gem selection and tournament as well.
And then
Never
she
works
bodied
like
me in front of like 40 some odd people, and everybody starts cheering for Jen. And I just fell on the ground, just epic failure.
Well, you're fired.
It was fun though.
Thank you.
It was fun though.
I'm not surprised.
Lang will fire you. I don't have the authority.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do the intimidation thing where I jump around a lot too, and you think that I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but you do?
Sometimes.
Allegedly?
Allegedly.
She's science
I'm learning.
MacGyver.
I'm learning. I really do like going to these conventions because then I get to play against people too, which is really fun to play against the public, and it doesn't. I don't always lose, so that's pretty exciting. But I'm in training mode.
Did you have a personal highlight?
The battle of the ultimates from me and Jem was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We had the Red Megazord and Lara Croft.
Right.
It
That
was
was cool.
It was the last match of the day on Saturday.
Nice.
And so there was something like 30 people standing around watching this happen. It was pretty legit.
Yeah.
And
Very
then
cool.
there was an adorable Zelda Link couple that came up on Sunday and
Was
they
I
played.
there?
Yeah, they were there on Sunday. I think you may have gone.
Who won
to
that
coffee.
one?
I believe Zelda won the first one.
Too much wisdom.
Not enough courage.
Not enough courage. Not enough courage. You gotta be brave.
There was a really what was it? Undertaker versus
What?
Yeah, it was
No.
it was a legit Undertaker
No.
versus like a fifth Doctor or something.
All right. I'm
It
into
was-
that. That's
that one-
amazing.
That one was really good. I think I got a couple pictures of that.
That's super cool.
The Andrew versus the little tiny Captain America.
I saw that
He
too.
was so
Super
adorable.
Like
It was
6-year-old
really
Captain
cute.
America.
Yeah.
There was like a 2-year-old Shaun of the Dead.
Oh yeah,
running
that
around.
was
He
good.
had
That was good
he had
too.
like a miniature cricket bat.
Oh man, that's awesome.
great.
There was one little dude in an orange shirt, and he was standing behind me, and I was playing somebody who just happened to walk up, and so we were playing together. And he was like, "Oh no, when you're concussed, you can still jump around," and was telling me like how to play. It was the cutest thing. I was like,
I'll just
yeah,
hold still.
I'm gonna listen to this guy. Actually, well, there were a lot of people, surprisingly, that after he told me that, I was like, oh, I didn't realize that's a thing that people didn't know.
Oh.
So then, if people were not moving during
Well,
that, I
cancel
would
the
make
game.
sure. No, cancel the game.
It's ruined.
Bring back the Kickstarter.
No.
All right.
No, it was good. We saw a lot of Jafali picks.
Yeah.
A lot of Jafali picks. So that was pretty exciting. So telling everyone that you have to charge this kick and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff too. Was,
Yeah.
People were liking him a lot.
Odd. All right. Well, it was great talking to you guys.
You too.
Thank you for running the C2E2
Thank
booth.
you.
You guys are my heroes.
Let's hear about NCR.
Yes, let's talk about NCR. Dave, I like your shirt.
Jordan, you put that chair back. That's a good doggy.
There, that's what I was waiting for.
You put that chair back. That's a good doggy.
Sitting in with me now is Dave Lang,
Hello.
the one and only. And I
So
think
bad news to start.
this guy was the star of the show, right?
He was the
This
star
guy
of the
was
show.
the star of the show.
He was the star of the show.
If you want to get these now, you can get the prototypes at onetruegame.com. Just click store and get them. And the full production run will be available soon at a slightly lower cost.
Let's start off with a little bit of a downer.
Okay, downer me.
Player cam in the test lab is down for tonight. We're gonna have
Well,
some
we've
new-
never had it before.
I know, but I felt like it was.
This is the time.
I wanted to bring it tonight,
Yeah,
but we don't have that technology. I guess leaving it an hour for AV setup probably not the smartest move.
yeah,
But live and learn.
yeah.
So everyone, when you're watching us play, we'll have the game in the main camera, we'll have me and Keats in the upper corner. Just imagine another shot right
Yes.
below them with people mashing furiously, not knowing what they're doing. That's what it would. That's a proper rendition of what would happen when Kaiser was playing.
Yeah, Kaiser's pretty amazingly bad.
So, where do we start with NCR? Where do we even start?
All right, so let's talk about NCR. At NCR, we took, kind of a mini booth. We had 4 stations set up. People could play and practice, and we took registrations on Friday for a tournament. This is like a real deal tournament, not a
official,
cheapie or a free one like the Cincinnati one. You had to pay $10 to get in. That money went into the pot.
You had to be a registered player.
You had to be a registered NCR player, and we kicked $1K into the pot as well.
On top of that, just bam, gratis.
Gravy, yeah. So about 85 people entered, which I believe made us the 4th largest tournament at NCR under the 3 Capcom games.
Was there 9 games total there? About?
Something, 9 games, yeah. The tournament itself ran super fast, as you'd expect. We had 4 stations. We had, this is the fastest game on the planet. Really fast.
Who would you say, if there was one surprise from the 3 and the 5 o'clock pool, what would that surprise be?
I have to remember who was in the 3 and the 5.
Well, see, that's part of it. Who was scheduled in both?
Are we doing this? We're blowing them up?
Let's blow them up.
Okay. Mike Ross is a fraud. Now, we know he's a fraud, like, in the game.
Like party starter.
We know fraud detection works because it called out Mike Ross.
Yes.
That's number 1. That's what it was designed to do. Secondly, Mike Ross was like, yeah, of course I'll play in the Divekick.
Of course
I said, Mike Ross, listen, tell me what pools you're in, and I'll make sure you're not schedule overlapped. And he told me. So I put him in the 3 p.m. pool.
Just like
no
that.
overlaps.
Hey, we're fine. We're in there.
Guess who doesn't show up?
He had to get lunch.
No, you didn't get lunch.
I just got done with another game and then lunch and could you put me in the 5? I'll be there. Put me in the 5 and I'm there. I'll do this.
I put him in the 5. I wouldn't do this at UFGT, but we're just doing a side thing at NCR. No biggie. Moving back to 5.
So then he showed up at 5, right?
No.
What?
Motherfucker didn't show up
Why
at 5.
would he do this?
I don't know.
You cannot be serious, son.
He did not show up at 5.
You cannot be serious, son. Why would he do this?
So he was not the only one that did this. Top players, you're on blast.
He did it twice.
Top players were notoriously not showing up for their pool on time.
And
everyone else was, though.
But then that meant the 9 o'clock pool was loaded up.
The 9 o'clock pool was devastatingly difficult. It had all the big names in it, and it was also pretty crazy. Pretty high.
So shout outs to everyone that registered on time, that was in the 9 o'clock pool, that showed up on time, and had to deal with, the Justin Wongs and the Mike Rosses of the world.
Yes.
Because, like I said, it wouldn't happen at UFGT.
No, absolutely would not happen at UFGT.
All right, so that's kind of getting there. And
I'm getting depressed thinking about it.
What did I mean? The day's kind of a blur to me. Like, it was just match, watching awesome people play the game. And do you have any takeaways from Friday?
Yeah, this game is super fundamental heavy. We knew that.
Yeah.
But I have not seen that in the wild yet. People don't really quickly adjust to the footsies in this game. It is a footsies game, but you have to perform the footsies in such a different way that, figuring out how to control all that takes some time for most people. We had Mike Ross at our booth at PAX, and I would say he didn't hit a stride at all until the 3rd day. So he's in his 5th hour of playing over the weekend before he's finally starting to look like he kind of knows what he's doing.
Yeah, gave up a lot. He was free with the posters.
Right. So what's interesting is Chris G sits down, and he looks pretty free, but he's only got about, 45 minutes on the game, and then it just clicks.
Yeah.
And this dude goes full beast mode, and he's unstoppable. He 3-0'd almost the entire end of the tournament.
Yeah, I think he won 9 straight at the very end. 1 losers, won the reset, then 1 grand finals all in a sweep.
Unbelievable. And he did it with this dude. He did it with Dive, which I thought was really interesting, too, because Dive is not on anyone in this office's pick for best character in that build.
Yeah.
No one here says that.
I remember I heard him talking about it. I think it was some interview after.
Yeah.
And like, why'd you pick Dive? He's like, that's the only character I had time to learn.
Yeah.
And so it's like, that's freaking scary, right? Like.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So it just goes to show that when this game is out in the wild, when you guys can finally get it, you're going to have to really have an immaculate sense of spacing. Your footsies are going to have to be top-notch. You're going to have to make some crazy reads. Chris made some insane reads. That might have looked random if you don't know this game, but I was just like, wow, he totally knew exactly what was going to happen. And he was way too consistent. He's really scary. I don't even want to play him.
Yeah, it was... I'm glad we didn't play.
Yeah.
The takeaway for me from Friday was just like... I'm not plugged into the community like you are. Like, I know probably like the most famous people, but I don't know anyone under that. And then I ended up, I was in my pool and I was playing, and I like 4-5-1 some guy.
Well, let's blow up somebody else.
Okay.
So Dave was gonna play.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're doing this.
Okay.
Dave was gonna play. He says, Adam, do you think it's fair that I play? And I said, I think it's fair because if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and you're certainly not the best, so why shouldn't you play?
Right.
And Dave said to me, you know what, to make it fair, I'm going to let my opponents know who I am, that I work on the game, and I'm going to give them the option to DQ me if they want. So he goes into